friend.
Hi, sweetie pie.
How are you?
I am great. I showered, I slept, I lived, I breathed.
Yay!
Therapy. Woohoo!
Yay!
I love your top. Ew, my music's loud. Okay.
You look so much happier today.
Happy
Hey!
birthday!
Hello,
Happy
beautiful people.
birthday!
These are some of
Hello!
my favorite people. Okay, I'll start
Hello,
with from one.
hello!
Good potato.
Hello, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Zada. Hello.
Cheers. I had every intention of getting an adult beverage, but then I had therapy.
That's even
That's
better,
fine.
right? That's even better.
We should still see what we have.
Yeah.
Zada, this is Miss R. Miss R, this is Zada.
Hello,
My first time, I
Zada.
forgot. I've seen you before, but I was like,
met?
oh, right. Not officially.
Well, hello, sir.
She's one of my favorite
Pleasure to
people.
meet you.
That answers my question. Answers what question, Peyton?
Who's the
Zada's one of my favorite
godfathers?
people.
People have
Yes,
questions.
I'm doing my chat tonight. Okay. I love you guys. I gotta go jump to my talks tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'll be in there
All
soon
right,
enough.
Paige, love you.
Love
Bye,
you.
sweetie
Love
pie.
you, Paige.
Love you.
Bye.
Welcome back, my end.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Hello, how's it going? Welcome in, guys. How are you, Steven? Peyton, I will. Okay, I don't need this so everyone can hear me. I'm good, thank you. I had a good weekend. I feel refreshed. Still recovering. Not sure how that is. And I forgot to print out all of my notes that I took and typed up. So thanks for the heart me. I had to write them down. It was like multiple pages worth. So if you hear me flipping pages, I apologize. I don't know how loud that's going to be into the microphone. Let me get this shared out really quick. I forgot to share it out. So how was everybody's week? I was stuck on a plane, so I didn't get to do Sundays. I apologize for those that came looking on Sunday. I missed a gift? Oh, I'm so sorry. Jacob, thank you. I'm sorry, I was sharing. Level up, level 24. Sam, welcome in. Ram, hello. How are you doing, my friend? I'm so sad that I missed it. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch it. How was everybody's week? Did anyone do anything exciting? Hi, Peyton. You're new here. Welcome. Welcome. John, welcome in. We're going to get started in just a minute. Kayla with the heart me. Thank you so much. I apologize. I don't want to join right now. On summer break from school. Nice. Enjoy that break. Do nothing. At least for a day. Been running around. Gotcha. Trying not to. Hey, that's good. I also know the feeling of having to get caught up with everything before you prepare for the next thing coming. Steve Washburn, welcome in. Making some beats. Heck yeah. You'll have to share it out to me because I am never on and pay attention until someone shares it out to me and I get that notification. All right, you guys. Washburn, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. So I failed Sunday because I was stuck on a plane and delayed and everything else under the sun as to why I couldn't jump on. So I apologize. So we're going to kind of touch back on what we were supposed to cover on Sunday and add a few things to it. But we were supposed to be talking about learning calm and how calm is actually supposed to feel safe. But for a lot of us who are stuck in fight or flight, calm doesn't always feel safe for us. It doesn't feel at peace. Teaching yourself peace, it's a little rough. It's kind of hard. Feeling safe with yourself, whether it's quiet time or whatever it does. Does anyone have anything that they do, that they have practiced as their safe space, their safe whatever it might be? What is something that you do that helps you feel peaceful? Taylor, hello. I know one of mine for peace is coming home from work and sitting in the car for a moment. Spear, welcome in. Coloring with music, writing in a journal and listening to music. I love that. Journaling is so helpful to write our thoughts. Come home from. Okay, so calm shouldn't feel dangerous to our bodies, but sometimes when we're just sitting in the moment, peace and quiet, does anyone feel anxious? Does peace and quiet make you feel anxious? Yes, me too. But calm shouldn't feel dangerous. But if it does that, it doesn't mean we're broken, right? It just means that our body doesn't know how to handle peace because we're constantly feeding it chaos, right? Silence is unbearable. So we feed ourselves more chaos, right? I mean, music can be calming for us, but what if we're actually feeding into that fight or flight by constantly giving us multitask of things to do? Hey, Ansley, welcome. Josh, thanks for the heart me and the popular. I'm going to ask this again. So does silence make you feel anxious, or does rest make you feel like you're being lazy? Your hair is purple? Hey, with a level up, Josh. Let's go. Always have the TV on even when we're not watching it. Yeah, same. I always want to have noise in the background, and then I often wonder why I'm in this like panic state mode constantly. Kevin, welcome in. Yes to both. Okay, so I struggle more on the side of resting. It feels lazy to me. It doesn't feel... Resting just doesn't feel right for me. I am not one that can sit down and watch a movie for the entirety of the movie unless I'm out somewhere. In my home, if I'm resting, I'm being lazy. And that just stems from feeling like being productive is what makes me feel like I'm actually doing something right. Super overstimulated. Yes, exactly. Thank you for that word, because that's the word that I was looking for and it just was not coming out. Resting makes you feel lazy, like I should be up doing something instead of sitting. Yes, so I find it so much easier to rest away from home, which is crazy, like when we go on vacation. Resting is so much easier for me to do. I can sit down and just do nothing. And for once, I don't feel like I'm being lazy. Sometimes when I feel calm, it makes me nervous because it's a foreign feeling. Yes, resting makes me feel lazy. Yeah. So it is a foreign feeling, but we have to teach our body how to rest and be at peace before our mind believes it. And, you know, I constantly talk about this, breathing. And someone actually reminded me the other day when my thoughts were just like spiraling and I was tired. I think a lot of it my body needed rest, but they reminded me. So what do you tell everybody else to do? Breathe. And what they call the square breathing. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and release. And if you do that 5, 6, 7 times, you automatically feel like this release on your chest because your body is actually relaxing when you breathe like that. But you have to teach yourself to do that. You have to teach your body that you're okay. This is okay. Rest. Feel safe. Grounding. There's a lot of different. Does anyone have any grounding techniques that they do? You're a busybody. Yes, I'm a busybody too. I totally get that. But we're keeping ourselves in fight or flight. Mateo, welcome in. When we do that. Jeremy too. Welcome. My calm is mowing the yard. That can be peaceful, but can anyone find calm by just sitting still in silence? Can anyone? My peace is watching the sunrise in silence and just hearing nature around me. Socks off and sitting in the grass. Yes, 100 times yes. I like to sit outside in the grass and feel the outside in the sun. Nature is such a physical way of grounding ourselves, for sure. Peace might feel boring or wrong because we're often used to chaos. But we are safe, right? We have to remind ourselves when we're sitting in the grass or whatever we might be doing, sitting in our car. I am safe right now. My brain just hasn't caught up to that yet. We're in a place where we found our spot, whether that's a rocking chair in the back of the house or your bed, whatever it might be. Find that spot and say, I'm safe. There's no reason to, why is my body feeling this way? And guys, that's internally sometimes our body just has a chemical imbalance, and we have to learn what that chemical imbalance is for our minds to feel at peace. It's not always, we have to remind our body so that our mind can calm down too. Thank you, Jeremy. But now this all comes into play. The boundaries are where we protect our peace. Once we have trained our body with breathing, grounding techniques, whatever that might be, we have to train our body. Jessica, thank you so much for the heart me. We have to train our body first, and then we go to the more where we talked about boundaries. So last Sunday and Wednesday, we talked about making boundaries. Did anyone develop a boundary and keep it for the whole week? Thank you for the heart me. Haley, welcome in. Did anyone find a boundary that they needed and hold it for the whole week? Hey, thank you for the heart me, Haley. I appreciate that. Yeah, so last Sunday and Wednesday, my goal for you guys was to find a boundary that is currently setting for peace, something that may be causing you disruption in life. Whether it's okay. It's okay. Actually, there's your boundary right there. So I said, whether it's TikTok, social media, something you're doing that week, saying no a couple times to create more peace in life, that's a boundary. I wasn't here to get the homework assignment. That's okay. All right. So that's how the calm, the peace, and boundaries, we're all putting that together today. Is boundaries aren't permanent walls, you guys. They don't have to be permanent walls. Boundaries are our way of saying, this is no longer allowing me peace. I need to draw a boundary, and we'll visit it later. Boundaries don't have to be permanent. Something is causing disruption in my life, peace, And we are drawing a boundary with it right now, whether it's a relationship, something you're doing. I don't think I need to elaborate. We're all adults. Something that you're doing that is creating a disruption in peace for you or someone else is doing. Social media. Are you mindlessly scrolling through social media and spending all of your time on social media and comparing yourself to other people that it is creating a disruption in your peace? That's a boundary. You can't learn peace if you're continuing to allow chaos in your life. If you continue to allow chaos in your life, you can't learn peace, right? Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Anyone want to put it in the chat right now? What is something that you're doing right now or allowing to disrupt your peace? What is something that's disrupting your peace right now? Girl, you're fine. I'm so glad you're here. Taxman, thank you so much for the heart me. Not being back in Utah. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. Anyone else have something right now that's creating a bunch of chaos that we have control of, that we can develop a boundary for? Is it a relationship? Is it a friendship? Is it social media? Is it work? It's kind of hard to draw a boundary at work, but there are things that we can do at work to create boundaries, right? So the question to ask yourself, drama, life, yes. So the questions to ask yourself, if your answer is drama, life, people in your life, who or what is making me tense before they even speak? What is making me tense? What am I worrying about before it even happens? Thank you so much for the donuts. I appreciate that. Thank you. I missed the cowboy hat. That makes me sad. Thank you. What conversations leave me drained? I just casually always stress. Yes, stress. Some of us are addicted to creating stress for ourselves. Why? I don't know. What conversations leave me drained and not feeling heard? Things to ask yourself. What can I say no to this week that would allow more peace in my life? You guys, I know work is stressful for a lot of us. We're adults. We have to work, right? We don't have a choice not to work. Perhaps we need to draw boundaries with our coworkers of, I'm not going to participate in gossip. I'm going to do my job, come to work, do my job, and go home. I have really developed a drawing the line at work that I mind my own business and I do my job and I come home. A coworker who's not doing things right at work makes my job more difficult. Ugh, that's so frustrating. And I get that. I truly get that. We're most comfortable in what we felt as children, and for many, that's stress. Yes. But guess what? We're adults. And we now have control over what can stress us out and what can't. We're not going to allow. Had to get a new job. Work was toxic. Yes, I'm so proud of you for getting a new job. That's awesome. For some that can do that, I'm here for it, you guys. It's worth a couple dollar pay cut if you can do it. If you can't, draw boundaries. Do not allow the negative people to affect your mindset. Come into work and say, I'm going to have the positive attitude. I'm going to be the positive attitude, whether anyone else at work is going to. That's hard. That's really, really hard to go in and be positive when everyone else is negative. It is. But you would be amazed. You're losing so much hair you can't stop overthinking. That's so hard. You will be amazed at the difference you make when you start speaking positive and the negative people are coming at you trying to be negative and they want you to be negative with them, and you continue to be positive about the situation. They're like, I don't want to talk to her. She's too positive. Or, you know what? You're right. That's a different point of view. Thank you for that. It can go either way, but we're adults. We have the choice whether or not to allow those people to affect us. Friends. How much of that relationship or that friendship are we allowing to affect us? Again, like I said, boundaries aren't permanent walls. Boundaries are allowed for rest. Draw that boundary. Say no this week. Communicate with whoever it might be, whether it's yourself or someone else, to say, hey, I need a break. Now, starting out your day. Let's not start out our day in fight or flight, right? Is it the first thing that you do when you wake up is immediately check your phone and start scrolling through social media? That's what I do to wake myself up. Why are we doing that to ourselves? The first thing you do when you wake up, take a couple deep breaths, focus on something, just exist there in peace, comfort in your bed. We don't want to get out of bed, right? But we got to. We got things to take care of. So when we first wake up in the morning, don't pick up your phone immediately. Reach over, mute the alarm, whatever it might be. Don't fall back asleep. If you need to sit up, take a couple breaths, chug a Red Bull. Me too, it's great. But that caffeine is really not giving us the peace we need, but it is waking us up, right? Take a couple breaths. Pick out a couple things that you're thankful for, a couple goals you have for yourself today. I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? But when we first wake up, that is the start of our day. If we wake up with negative thoughts, the rest of our day is going to be really hard to control. So wake up. Pick a couple things you're thankful for, whatever it might be. Prayer. If you're religious and you need to pray, first thing to do, sit up. Pray for your day to go well. Pray for the people that you're going to come across. Pray for those boundaries that you're about to create. You know what? Sometimes we don't have to make healthy choices in order to survive, right? Sometimes we have to have that caffeine, and that's okay. How can we create very easy boundaries for ourselves that we're not living in that everything's urgent moment? I'm not seeing those. How are you blocking them? Okay. All right. Not responding to that text immediately. We wake up and we see a text that's there. Or even throughout the day, you receive a text. Do you feel like you need to respond immediately? That phone call that you feel like you need to answer immediately? Good, Jessica. It is really comforting to be able to pray and set your goal. So, not everything is urgent, you guys. And I know it's going to be different for everyone because I have the fear of people pleasing. So I want to respond to a text immediately as soon as I get it. Why? That text is not important, right? Now, if it's important, I get it. But don't feel the need that everything is urgent. I'm not abandoning anyone by resting. Unless it's my children. I can't abandon them. I have to make sure that they're taken care of. But guess what? Mom is allowed to rest, right? We have to create boundaries. It's kind of hard when it's our own kids, but guess what? You gotta do it. Bad habit of mentally responding and getting distracted and not actually replying. I do that too. I do that too sometimes. I get it. And then I feel really, really guilty that I didn't respond. And then I have to apologize. And then I've created in my own head, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible person that I forgot to respond. It's okay. Not everything is urgent. You guys, I struggle with this one. I struggle with this one. As most of y'all know, I've been a dispatcher for 15 years now. When you answer emergency calls, everything's urgent. Everything's in a hurry. Gotta get stuff out. We're on a timestamp. Thank you so much for the roses. That I also, when I come home from my job, everything is urgent. I gotta get there. I gotta be on time. If I'm not on time, I'm a terrible person. You know, if I don't cook dinner every night, I'm a terrible person. It's those things that we teach ourselves that's not actually true, right? If we feed ourselves, then we're taken care of. Then we can rest. Christian, welcome in. Another boundary that is easy to create. Easy to create, not easy to follow. Every time you want to take a break. Quinny, yes. I feel that. Stop over apologizing. Easy to say, easy to do, not. Stop over apologizing. Stop over explaining yourself to people. There's another boundary that you can draw for yourself, right? Why do we feel the need to constantly apologize or constantly over explain yourself? And I don't mean overshare. That's not what I mean. Oversharing is okay when you have the right person to overshare to. What I mean by over explaining yourself is feeling like you've done something wrong and having to over explain by drawing a boundary, resting. We're not treated as though if we're not truthful. Yeah. So that's also a childhood issue, or maybe a young adult trust issues of feeling like you have to explain to over explain yourself. I do the same thing. I do. Tiffany, welcome in. All right. Okay. Going into this week's topic of allowing connection with other people. Connection with others. Peace with yourself replaces performance. This is going to make sense in a minute, unless it just made sense to you. Peace within yourself replaces performance for others. Oh, man. Does anyone else have this issue? I'm not at peace with myself, so I'm having to perform for others in order to connect with others. Anyone else guilty? Anyone else feel like they have to throw on a mask sometimes? Why do we do that? Pretty much just stop socializing because of others not agreeing with my perspective. No one has to agree with your perspective, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute. Girl, we are adults. We have our own opinions. We have our own perspectives. We're no longer children that our parents get to tell us how we think. Now, there is a child in here, and you better believe your mother when she says things. She's a good mom, though. We could all raise our hands on that one. Yes. Why is it so hard? Okay, you guys, stop bracing for the worst and enjoy the best moments. What do I mean by that? Stop masking who you are in order to fit in with other people. We need to be at peace with ourselves and know who we are, who we're becoming, what our goals are. But we also have to be at peace in order to know what is peace, right? In order to allow other people in that bring peace. People who tell the truth are considered crazy. It's terrible. I don't consider them crazy. Okay. We don't sit at tables. We're adults. We don't sit at tables that demand us to be small in order to stay, right? So why mask? Why mask yourself? Scott, hello, welcome. Why mask yourself in order to continue sitting at a table that demands things of us? We shouldn't mask ourselves in order to be welcome. To fit in society? No. We are society, right? There's all different kinds. We build our own peace. We build our own tables. And at that table, the dress code is peace. We don't require anything else out of anyone but peace, right? Pick the seat in the back and quietly observe the routine. Exactly. We're observing people. We can pick up on fake. But are we being fake in order to be there? Masking ourselves? Peace instead of performance? We're adults. We build our own tables, right? We allow people at our tables. Does that mean that they have to be permanently there? No. If someone at your table, Hank, hello, welcome. If something at your table is not bringing peace and it's causing chaos, perhaps there needs to be a boundary. Jessica, thank you so much for the roses. But are we allowing, here's the thing though, when we're creating our own table and we're allowing everyone in, are we protective of ourselves? Are we trying to be protective? Are we still masking even while we're creating our own tables? Thank you, I appreciate that. What are we doing? Bracing ourselves for heartbreak that hasn't even happened? If you brace for heartbreak, or you have those boundaries, those walls still put up when it comes to relating to other people, Quinny, you're not protecting yourself, actually. What you're doing by that is you're robbing yourself of what that relationship or that friendship might be. Ouch. Enjoy something good while it's good. Enjoy that relationship while it's good. Quit worrying about what it might be. If it's good, then it's good. Quit worrying about what if it goes bad, right? Now, if we have red flags, hold on, don't create red flags. If we have red flags about a relationship with someone or a person that may be creating a little bit of chaos here and there, draw the boundary, have a conversation with them. Say, hey, you're doing this, and it's not sitting well with me. But having those walls built up so high that we don't allow anyone in is only hurting us. It's not helping us. I let myself far too good. And the red flags didn't look red. Maybe. That's hard. Again, we have to learn to be at peace with ourselves. Sorry, guys. Paper. I forgot to print out my notes. For those of you that didn't hear, I typed up notes, forgot them, then I had to write them down. Peace replaces performance. So if you're at peace and comfort, you don't have to perform for others. Create that peace, you guys. If we don't allow ourselves to be genuine with other people, we will never know the relationship or the friendship's full potential. Thank you so much for the follow. The way they word their sentences. Yes, I know. And we can pick up on that. We're adults. And if you feel like someone is causing chaos amongst your peace, that is for you to decide when to draw the boundary. Does that mean that they're permanently gone? That's for you to decide. Perhaps someone's going through something and you can't help them, whether it's an addiction, pathological liar, whatever it might be, that they are disturbing your peace at your table. Draw a boundary and say, hey, this is the issue. This is what I'm seeing. I love you, but you're messing with my peace. You're going to have to go work on yourself. And then that's for you to decide whether or not you ever let them back in. No one else can decide that for you. But again, let good things be good and stop worrying what might happen. It's all, a lot of it's up here. What if they don't like me? What if I do something that upsets them? Well, we're adults. I'm sorry that I upset you. We can have conversations, right? We're adults. We're no longer children. What might happen, and focusing on the what might happen when something good is going on, is that fight or flight of you not feeling peace within in order to see the peace that they're bringing to the table. Megan, I love your face. Hello, welcome in. And if something does go wrong, or not the way we had planned, it's going to hurt. Let it hurt and let it go. There's no timeline on that. I can't set a timeline on hurt. I lost a friend 5 years ago that I had had many red flags with, and I always see the best in everyone. I had been warned by multiple people that they were a pathological liar, and I didn't see it. I saw it, actually. I saw it, and I kept making excuses for it because I really loved the idea of that friendship. Why? Because it gave me everything I needed, right? They didn't have any children, so they were always hanging out with me. We had some of the same interests, so we always did things together. They loved my children. It was a great idea of a friendship, something I've always wanted. But you know what? I started catching up on the lies, and I started catching up on, I was having friends that I had been friends with for many years take a step back. Come to find out, this person was lying to them, trying to chase off all of my friendships and my relationships. When I finally got the nerve and the gut and brought to the table an entire book, bad boy, welcome in, thanks for the army. My entire book of receipts of the lies that I had been told by that friend. And all I got was, is that all I am to you? And all I wanted was like, is that all I am to you? I have opened up so much. I've given so much to you. And I am not the judgmental person. Yet, you felt the need to lie to me? I am such an honest person that when I catch people lying to me for even the smallest things, it's an immediate red flag for me now. Because I crave genuine connection, and that's why I'm such an open person and non-judgmental, that if you feel the need to lie to me, you don't trust me, we are not friends. We can't be friends if you don't trust me. Welcome to the team, Kimberly. Thank you. Kennedy, welcome in. And that friendship still sucks that I lost it. But here's the thing. I learned from that. Thank you so much for passing by. You have a great night. Thank you. I appreciate it. I learned from that. There is a friendship for every season, and we learn something from every person that passes through our lives. Okay? We are living for the present. Tell ourselves we are in the present. Learning from the past, we are not living in the past, right? We learn from every friendship and relationship that we've ever had. Tried to nonchalant conversate. I'm sorry. Losing friends sucks. And there's always going to be a hurt there, or a desire, that idea that that was the perfect friend for you. And then they're just no longer there. But this is where this comes into play of being a genuine person and creating those. Don't put those walls up, because had I put those walls up so high that I never let other people in, I wouldn't have the friends that I have now, right? We wouldn't have the relationships we had now. We've got to bring that wall down, create our own table with our own peace. And again, peace is the dress code here. If you can't bring peace to my table and you bring chaos, you're out, buddy. Made me realize it wasn't a true friend. It's not a true friend. It's not. There was not a genuine connection there. Thanks for the heart buff. I love it. Thank you. It makes me think of the, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. But if you're masking yourself for fear of something going wrong, you're preventing yourself from developing what could be an awesome friendship, an awesome relationship with somebody. If you're letting other people into your head about a person, you gotta be careful with that one. Not everybody vibes with the same person, right? Now, there are some red flags to be warned about, right? But not everyone has the same vibe. Don't allow people to bring chaos to the table. I also recently, and here's the difference between adults and adult connections versus my friend that I lost 5 years ago. 100% childish. It was 100% childish. I brought to the table all the lies that I had been told, and all I asked was for her to be honest. Yes, I lied. Yes, I lied. Would it have been the same? Probably not. But I just wanted to be told that she lied and she was sorry. That's all I wanted. Going to another friendship that I almost lost, but we're adults. We got to talk about it. They got upset at me because they didn't feel like I had met their needs in their time of their need. And I suck. I didn't. I reached out and I made sure that they knew that I was here for them. Can I bring you coffee? Can I do this? Can I do that? But what I didn't know was they just wanted me to show up. I had no idea. And at some point I knew that person was mad at me and upset with me. They even eventually told me that they were mad, and I gave them space. I did nothing wrong. I was apologetic, but I did nothing wrong, and they got upset with me, so it was time that I created the space between the two of them. And eventually we were able to talk, and I actually got to talk with them the other day and went and had coffee with them. And on my way to have coffee, Jeremy had called me and I said, hey, I gotta go. I gotta pray about this because I don't know how this is gonna go. In the past, this has been really ugly because I call people out for something that they've done to me, and I wasn't apologizing for this one. I was gonna apologize for how they felt, but I wasn't apologizing because I did nothing wrong. So I got off the phone and I prayed about it, and we were able to have an adult conversation with a lot of tears. But that's what happens when we're adults. We can have adult. I prayed about it, and we were able to have an adult conversation with a lot of tears. But that's what happens when we're adults. We can have adult conversations. Is genuine and who is not. And she was truly, genuinely sorry. But she was ready to cut me off at one point because she was so upset with me. She was in her own head about I didn't care about her. I was her best friend. And that was her own head, because what I had offered was what I thought was right. And that goes back to the first chat we had about communication is key. We have to communicate because not everyone else can pick up on our needs, our thoughts, our boundaries. We have to communicate. I'm one of those that I read people really well, but I'm also very literal. So if I text you and say, hey, I'm going to the grocery store, do you need anything? And you say no, you're good to go, right? That's me. I'm very literal. I didn't know that, and had that person texted me and said, I just need you to show up at my house and have coffee with me for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I would have done the same thing. Just got to communicate. Learning how to communicate as an adult is hard, but I've been working on it so much. It is so hard. Why? Because we're so afraid that communication at some point is going to cause a disruption. Because as children, did we communicate our opinions? Were your opinions taken very well by parents? If they did, great. I didn't get to have opinions as a kid very much. I didn't even really get to pick what I got to wear. Or the music I listened to. So, which, I mean, within reason, my children get to pick what they wear and what they listen to, etc., etc. They also get to have opinions about things. They also get to question things. Seen, not heard. Yep. I was raised the same way. I didn't get to ask questions because asking questions about something we were taught or made to believe was questioning that they were right. No, I just wanted to know more. I wanted to know why on everything. I was a why child and where child. Where is that plane going? Why is it going there? I just asked all the questions. I needed to know everything. And I didn't get that, especially when it came to religion. But again, we have to stop masking ourselves to protect ourselves, because all we're protecting ourselves from is creating genuine connection with other people. And for those of you that missed the phrase, I'm going to say it again. Peace replaces performance. If you find peace, you don't have to perform for other people. Create peace and be the peace for other people and allow people to be peace for you, and there's no masking involved. Exactly, Kim. Sometimes it's hard because if your kids are anything like mine, they're very opinionated. So am I. But it's hard sometimes to deal with those opinions. But children do deserve to be heard and loved, just like we adults do. And sometimes we need to speak to ourselves just like we speak to our children. And I'm here for you. You are safe. You are calm. You are important. Your feelings are valid. Your hurt is valid. Now, are we allowing ourselves to be hurt? Because if we are, that's where the boundaries need to come in. Well, guys, that's really all I have tonight, other than just talking with you guys. Yeah. As the kids get older, it's much easier to allow them to communicate with us in their own ways. Like, as toddlers, it's hard sometimes because we have to draw boundaries with our toddlers, okay? Mine has none. My youngest has none. No boundaries. She just says whatever is on her mind, and I have to remind her, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that, kid. That was not appropriate. But as they get older and they understand what's appropriate and what's not, absolutely. Within our home, you're safe to say whatever as long as you are not hurting other people. Anyone else have anything to add to it? Eddie, hello. Thanks for the heartbeat. Yes, Kim. I'm so glad that you joined. It makes me very happy. Also, I am very happy for you, and I hope you are enjoying your new job. I'm proud of you for creating that huge boundary. That was a big step, but I'm proud of you for it. Zada, welcome in. Jacob, you want a box? You want to add to it? Do you have anything to add to it, Jacob? It's definitely a really big change, for sure. When I worked over there part-time for 5 years, and it was a big change. It was a good change, though. Logan, welcome in. It's going well. How are you? I was just finishing up, but I was trying to see. I don't know if Jacob's still here. I was trying to see if Jacob wanted anything to add to it. Anyone else? Jessica, Taylor, Kim, any of y'all want to add anything? Your thoughts? Just getting settled in for the night. Okay, you guys. So, Zada, Logan, y'all missed. I've been taking notes. And I actually started last week, and it was fewer notes than I have in the past, but this one was putting two and two together, learning to be at peace with yourself before bringing other people in and creating your own table of peace. And peace is the dress code. But creating relationships with people, not masking ourselves for protection, not putting ourselves at tables that we're not welcome. But I want to leave everyone with this phrase. I've said it like 5 times tonight. Peace replaces performance. So if you're at peace with yourself and peace where you are at, it replaces, David, thanks so much for the follow. It replaces you feeling like you need to perform for other people in order to be liked by other people. We must find our peace. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Thank you for the heart me. And really trying to put in coming to that peace. Peace doesn't always feel safe for us, for those that have been living in fight or flight. But finding that peace and then adding in friendships and relationships. Thank you so much for the hand hearts. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Sarah, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. And just simple boundaries to develop in order to create that peace, that life that has peace in it rather than chaos. And asking, what is bringing chaos to us? whether it's something we're currently participating in, someone that we're participating with, friendship, relationship, whatever it might be. Things that we're doing in our day-to-day life, like immediately waking up and scrolling through TikTok. Does that create peace for us? No. Doom scrolling all day long through social media, does that create peace for us? Not really. We have to decide what is not allowing you to be 100% at peace. Will we always be at 100% peace? Probably not. But what's creating chaos in your life that you need to create a boundary on? Boundaries don't have to be permanent. Boundaries can be temporary in order for us to rest and be at peace. If friendships could always follow the guidelines brotherhood has, life would be so much peaceful. Yep. The first thing you do when you wake up. So, yes, the first thing I do when I wake up has been, and this is a boundary I'm creating for myself this week, has been immediately scrolling through social media, TikTok. So my first thing when I wake up is going to be taking a few breaths, finding 3 things that I am thankful for, and prayer. Replace it with prayer and devotionals instead of putting those off for an hour or so. Yes. So I only have, when I get up in the morning, I have an hour to get ready and get out the door. Less than an hour sometimes, depending on how long I sit and scroll. So that's my goal. It's prayer and probably journaling when I first get up. But I'm not always quite awake, so I definitely think that breathing and prayer will be my goal to create more peace in my life. Starting off my morning in a more peaceful mode than the doom scroll. Not responding to text immediately could be some people's. I don't always feel pressured to respond, but I definitely sometimes feel like, oh my gosh, I've ignored them. I feel terrible. And we also need to let that go. We're not abandoning someone by not responding to their text messages. We're not abandoning someone by not giving them everything that we have at that very moment. I often let the text messages go that I need to, and the ones that I don't, I respond to. Stepped away from your phone a lot. I needed more peace after I lost. Kim, yes. Absolutely. I've been thinking about you guys since I found out about that. I know that that is a very, very heavy loss. And definitely you guys need to create your own space to deal with that. For sure. Yes, I agree. Someone is not neglecting you because they don't respond right away. Yes, 100%. It's definitely a good way. That's a loss that you're going to be grieving for a long time, and it's very heavy. Give yours day by day. Don't put a timestamp on it. It's going to be day by day, and it's going to look different for everybody. I know. Kirsten, thanks for the heart me. Thank you so much. Thanks for the popular. I love you. I love you so much. Talking about building friendship and relationships with people. I know a lot of people are on guard. I've been there before. But if we're bracing for the what goes wrong before it ever goes wrong, we're not allowing the full potential, right? or something that we're going to do, our goals in life. If we're bracing, oh no, I'm speaking to myself. I have been extremely anxious about nursing school. Extremely anxious. What if this? What if that? What if I fail? What if I don't? I just spoke to myself. I am bracing for failure before I've even started. We are sabotage. Yes, exactly. To go bad and we sabotage ourselves. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Make the world your own and explore different situations. Yes. But if we're bracing for something negative, then we're not allowing the full potential of what something could be because we're on guard. We're not, if something is good, let it be good. Roscoe, welcome in, my guy. And that's pretty much what I wrote. Let good things be good. Stop worrying what might happen because that's keeping us in fight or flight. Stop masking yourself out of fear for something going wrong. If something goes wrong, let it hurt. Let it go. If we don't allow ourselves to be genuine with people, we will never know the full potential what something might have. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm rereading some of my notes for those of you that just came in. It seems too good to be true, but sometimes it is true. Yes. So what I mean by something good, let it be good, is there's no red flags. There's no... I'm Ubering home and you're my podcast. That's fantastic. I love that so much. It's good. Well, it's good. There's no red flags there. There's nothing that is a pool. Now, you guys, sometimes we might jump into something or plan on something and we have some heartstrings tugged. Whether that's God saying, hey, no, 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 you're not listening, or that's our gut instinct of don't. Sometimes we need to listen to that. Sometimes we need to listen to that. Good has been coming to me. I found that good out there. That's awesome. That's great. Let the good be good. Stop worrying about it. If you're doing something that you feel is right, enjoy it. If something feels wrong, we need to ask ourselves why. Why does it feel wrong? Is there something actually wrong with it? Thank you, Cheese Stick. Tour bus ran into Graceland. Thankfully, no one was injured. They were just, shook up. I appreciate it. I love your jokes. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. Every single moment of every day. Hey, and that's the best way to look at it, is to learn from the bad moments and cherish the good ones, right? The bad moments may hurt, whatever it might be, but we learn from them. There's a reason things happen. I hate that. I hate that phrase. I hate that phrase. Is there a better way to say that? We learn from everything we go through, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes we have to sit in those feelings of hurt in order to learn from it. It's not always fun. Obedience comes better with it. Yeah. Obedience sucks sometimes, man. But the outcome is so great when we obey. Yes. Yes. Oh no, Joshy. I don't normally co-host, but I want to see what he's doing. Okay, he declined. Okay, good. Or he canceled it. Practice, we fail sometimes, but we can learn from it, and God still uses us. I love that. Yes, we fail, but we can learn from it. We are not living in the past, we're living in the present, and we learn from our past. Right? What is something that brings you peace? Just something simple that brings peace to you. A thing you might do. Mine is sunrises and sunsets, because the sun rising means it's a new day. We were given a new day. And a sunset is telling me congratulations. You made it through the day and you are now getting to rest. Evan, welcome in. I love sitting in nature and watching sunrises and sunsets. It's God's reminder. Candlelight bubble baths. Ooh, that is perfect. Being outside, unless it's super hot, right? I love going outside and taking my shoes off. I know that was Jacob's. Jacob used that earlier when I asked everyone. Going outside and putting your feet in the grass, grounding yourselves. I have done that many times at work. In fact, I have a video somewhere on my TikTok about taking a few breaths and just slipping your shoes off into nature. What a cool way that God has provided us to ground ourselves physically. When we can't hear anything, our mind may be going crazy, but slipping those shoes off and walking through the grass and grounding ourselves through nature, what a gift that is, that we can do that. I did. I quoted you. You're famous. Great to be alive. You know, it is good to be alive. But sometimes some of us struggle with the guilt of that. And feeling like we don't deserve it. I missed it. At my last job, I would look out the window and think how great it would be to be able to sit outside and work. And God bless me with a job that allows it. That is so cool. That is so cool. I love that. Working outside and doing chores, watching my work grow with gardening and providing for myself. That is a dream of mine. That is a dream of mine. I one day will have a garden that my labor shows. Yes, I will love that. I can imagine. I can't imagine the peace that brings you. That your hard work and providing for yourself food and labor, heavy and accurate. What's accurate, Zada? I missed it. I'm sorry. You have massive gardens. Oh, I would love to see that one day. I have 13 acres and no garden, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Day by day, step by step, we're getting things. That is amazing. I love that. We got some good notes. Yes, Evan, you want a note? You want a phrase? You want a phrase that I find... Y'all, I know that all of my phrases aren't going to speak to everyone, but this one, when I was working through what peace, why we mask ourselves and perform for other people in order to build a connection, what that would look like if we were at peace within ourselves. And I found it. I found it. But hold on, I wanted to explain a little bit before I give it to you, which I guess I just did, didn't I? If we have peace within ourselves, we stop performing, right? We're at peace and comfort with who we are. We don't have to perform for other people because we're creating our own tables. We've got our own people. We don't have to find other people. We are not there. You want a DIPPIE Bible verse? Don't call it a Bible verse. Don't do that. Peace replaces performance. So if you feel like you're performing for other people in order to be liked, we need to do a self-evaluation of ourselves. Why are we doing that? Spoiler. Yeah. Peace replaces performance. We need to do a self-evaluation of why we are needing to mask, why we are needing to perform for other people in order to be liked, because that is not healthy. Kaylin! Thank you so much for the heart me. Perhaps we need to find our peace. Perhaps we need to flip tables, because if we're sitting at tables that are creating chaos, and we're sitting at tables where we have to pretend that we aren't ourselves in order to sit at them, flip them. We can develop our own table, and we get to choose who's sitting at that table. And if someone no longer fits at that table, we can pull that chair out from under them and say, hey, you gotta go. Work on yourself. You're not bringing peace to everyone around you. Go work on yourself. And then you get to decide if you're going to put that chair back for them. Felix, hello. Welcome. I'm good. How are you? Hope you're doing all right. Thank you. I appreciate you. I've struggled with this in the past because I'm a people pleaser. And it's unintentional of masking things or worrying about whether or not someone's going to like me because I don't feel like I can be my whole self. I don't feel like I can be honest with everyone. But you know what's amazing is when you open up and you're able to be your whole self with someone and they accept you for it, because we don't know if they're going to accept us, right? Prior to that, we don't know. We're protecting ourselves. We're not allowing the full potential of a friendship by not being honest and truthful. But if we're at peace with the person we are and we allow other people to see us for who we are, even if we're not at peace with who we are, I should correct that. Even if we're not at peace with who we are right at that very moment, if we allow ourselves to be genuine and real with other people and let them see us for us, let the good be good. Let them see you for you. And if they don't like it, they don't have to sit at your table, right? We're adults. They don't have to sit at your table if they don't like you. That's why it's your table. But when you find that genuine connection with other people, I've done that before with some friends, right? But when you find that person or those people that just have that genuine connection with each other, whoa, it's like, it's unlike anything else. Take that chair away at the table. Yes, we can do that. We can build those boundaries. And that's for you to decide later down the road if you allow that chair back for them or not. That's for you and you only to decide. Not anyone else at that table. And here's the thing, they might be disturbing your peace and not disturbing anyone else's peace. Just because they're not disturbing anyone else's peace doesn't mean you don't have to develop a boundary. Did I just say that? Just because they aren't disturbing other people's peace, or just because everybody else likes them, but there's something that you don't like about them, doesn't mean they deserve a seat at your table. Oops. I love the idea of getting along with everyone, but not everybody's the same. I did. I said it. And I meant it. Because I feel like someone needed to hear that. You can have a boundary with someone that everybody else likes. You're allowed to have a boundary with someone else. I love you, Taylor. I wish I could give you a hug. Can we give you like an air hug? I'll have to call you later and just give you an air hug. I feel like that would be creepy if I hugged my screen, but there. I'll say that one more time. Which one? You're allowed to have boundaries with someone even though someone else or everyone else likes them. If they're disturbing your peace, it's your peace they're disturbing. They are your chaos. They might not be chaos for anybody else, but you are allowed to have a boundary with someone even though everyone else loves them, likes them. It's hard though, because we see the potential sometimes in having those friendships and relationships that everyone gets along and everyone loves each other, right? But at what point are we hurting ourselves by allowing us not to be our full potential, ourselves around that person, because we're so on guard? We're not at peace, so we're having to mask ourselves to be around that person. And respectfully, if those other people don't respect that you have a boundary for that person, oh, come on, man. Come on. Come hang out. It's no big deal. They aren't your friends. Now, they aren't your friends. If that person is truly disturbing your peace and they are creating chaos for you, and the other people sitting at that table are not respecting your boundaries for that person, that's for you to decide. That is for you to decide whether or not they are also disturbing your peace by allowing chaos, or are they respecting that boundary? That doesn't mean they have to have the same boundary, but are they respecting that boundary? Are they respecting your decision that you've made? While I was at college, because I didn't have peace. It's hard. People pleasing. We just want to please everybody around us, right? It's hard to do. Well, you guys, I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. I'm glad that y'all gave me a moment to redo my talk and redo my chat, and reshare with you guys some of what I talked about earlier. It wasn't near as long. my Wednesdays are usually not near as long as my Sundays, but I didn't get to do last Sunday because I was stuck on a plane from seeing Jacob. So thanks for hanging out. Brandon, welcome in. Logan, I'm so glad you got to come and chat. Evan, you got the piece now. Glad you Gucci. Glad you stopped by. Did you notice I didn't spin in my chair as much tonight? Are you proud? It's probably because there wasn't music. Brandon, welcome in. You guys, if you're not following, wow, can't talk. If you're not following Plant Medic, I'm trying to get him to join the agency. He'd be a good one, but also his account is awesome. Y'all need to go follow his plant life. I'm obsessed with watching his plant videos because he is doing what I want to do. You're going live at 10? I love it. Well, just in case, TikTok is crazy. They do all kinds of random bans and everything. So if you want ban protection, there's a link in my bio. Click it after you're live. Don't do anything crazy tonight, but click it and I can get you an invitation sent so you're at least protected by your account and we can get you into an awesome community of people. But I can't wait to see you guys live. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. Jacob, are you even paying attention in here? Follow Plant Medic for those of you that can and aren't Ubering. I'm the best manager. I appreciate you, Jacob. Brandon, Jacob Barlow is the owner of the agency, and that's who we flew out to Utah to hang out with this weekend. Yeah, it was this weekend. Jeez, it's past my bedtime, you guys. But thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys. Kirsten, who called you out? Oh, Ubering. Yeah, I called you out, but I didn't know if Jacob was Ubering either. He's usually Ubering too. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I love the fact that everyone adds their own into this. I want to hear other people's opinions on things. I want to hear what y'all want to talk about. I'm up for box conversations, seriously. And that's why I have the email address. I can send it to you guys. We also have our own Discord. But I want to hear topics that y'all want to talk about. I gotta walk through one more topic on Sunday, which kind of falls into all of this. I have to say this to you, Paige. You, my friend, just a generous person I know on here because... Thank you, Evan. I really appreciate you. Can we talk about eating habits? Yes. Yes, we can. Because that goes along with any other addictions, my friend. But yes, if y'all, whatever y'all want to talk about, I will give y'all my email. Taylor, you're in the Discord. Y'all can email me or Discord me topics, conversations, and we can do boxes on Wednesday nights if we need to. And then Sundays, I'll talk. Jeremy, thank you. Yay, I'm looking forward to it. Take care, Brandon. I'm down for talking about eating habits, but the nuns might be offended. Fair. But yeah, send me topics and we'll work through some different topics. Do boxes on Wednesdays and then actual conversation topics on Sundays. I probably should go live more often. On the 17th, you guys, I have a battle. I have never done this scheduled outside the agency battle. I've never done it. Really nervous. But it's just to like celebrate me starting nursing school, and then afterwards it'll be 3 minutes, and then afterwards we're gonna do our chats. So I'm hoping I get some emails because I need topics for the 17th. Anyone? But again, I appreciate you guys. I'm hopping off of here. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. It means the world. Love you guys.